going very well. We're getting the bad, hard criminals out. These are murderers. These are people that have been as bad as you get, as bad as anybody you've seen. We're taking them out first.
All right, President Trump touting his border crackdown at the White House, saying that deportation flights have officially begun. And these are some of the first photos we are seeing now, provided by the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, showing the first flight. The Pentagon confirming this is a DoD plane heading from the U.S. to Guatemala. Meantime, in cities across the country, including Chicago, ICE is arresting illegal migrants accused of crimes. Let's bring in Chicago Alderman Raymond Lopez. Alderman, you always tell us like it is. Do you like what's happening there in your city right now since this president took office?
I am very thankful that Donald Trump is making good on his campaign promise to focus his energies on getting rid of those who choose to engage in criminal activity in the city of Chicago and across the nation. You know, we can be welcoming if we choose to be in the city of Chicago, but we should welcome those who want to positively contribute to our city and to our country. And we know, unfortunately, that especially after the last 4 years, there are many individuals who are here and across this nation with very different intentions. We have individuals who are very dangerous, who do not belong in our cities, do not belong in our country, and I am glad that the Trump administration is moving quickly to execute these deportations.
We know that even though you're a Democrat, you have a much different take than your Democrat governor. This is some of what we heard from J.B. Pritzker responding to those who say Dems are fear-mongering these mass deportations. Listen.
They are literally threatening people all across the country. How can you say that we're overreacting somehow? They're the ones that are threatening people, again, who are law-abiding, who are often the anchors of their communities, who are paying taxes in this country. They're the ones who are threatening people. We're just standing up for people who live in our state and in our city.
So how can there be, I see you shaking your head. I mean, how can you have a governor who sees the incredible problems that your state and the city of Chicago has faced as a result of this migrant crisis and still say that, say that this shouldn't be happening?
You know, there's an incredible disconnect from what I hear from our governor, from our mayor, and from individuals who live in the communities like the ones that I represent that have high immigrant populations. We understand there's a difference. We know there's a difference between those individuals, the anchors that the governor referred to, and those that choose to engage in dangerous criminal activity. They endanger the undocumented. They endanger the citizen. They endanger our own people who we should be concerned about. And I know, after having met with, it's very ignorant for people to blanketly call all undocumented the same and treat them the same, when you know that there are individuals who do not care about this country, do not care about their neighborhoods, and are committing some of the most heinous, dangerous acts in our city. They need to be dealt with very specifically and swiftly, and the Trump administration is doing that in the first week in office.
Okay, so these are some of the arrests that have made under this new presidency. This is per ICE Chicago. Migrant 1, citizenship Mexico, accused of assault with a deadly weapon. Another migrant accused of attempted murder, sentenced to 17 years in prison, released by Illinois without notice to ICE. 3, citizenship Mexico, accused sexual predator. I mean, these are bad guys that they're coming in to deport. I'll give you a final last thought on that. And I wonder if more in your party are coming around to this.
Well, I know, Sandra, that we've seen many of my colleagues stand up and join my efforts to try and put some common sense back into our sanctuary city laws. We should not be giving sanctuary to sexual predators. We should not be helping those who want to use guns to kill people and who have, in fact, killed people. There's a very common sense approach to doing both, going after the 2% who are dangerous while protecting the 98% that are not. And sadly, there are some in my party, like my mayor, who refuse to get on board with the
escape health rule and its implements instruction streamlining drilling permits, replacing the recent sources management plan to align with Western United's priorities, and allows the commingling of oil and gas production for greater efficiency and environmental protection. Some of those recommendations include revising the source performance standard to improve feasibility for emission control and provide greater allowance to alternate technology and approaches. The letter also called to the Clean Water Act he modification to the greenhouse gas reporting rule. America is stronger, the world is safer, and the environmental is clean when the United States is the world leader in energy protection. And that is best achievement with sensible, workable, and durable policies out of Washington. Apex CEO and Bradbury told